Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to day 2 of our teacher celebration posters. We're going to be reviewing a few things that we talked about yesterday. I'm going to very rapidly go through how to set up your image and talk about what you need to do today. So first, let's review a few of the things that you submitted yesterday. So here we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to talk about which ones look good and which ones need a little bit of work. First, I need you guys to know that to help you identify the themes and images you're going to use, I'm going to share with you this spreadsheet that has lots of results from many of the teachers. So this is a great resource. Secondly, let's talk about these cutouts. We've got just about everybody cut out perfectly, so we're going to be using these cutouts, these PNGs today and in the future. So you guys should be good to go with that. So let's review what we did yesterday. I know that I talked to you guys a lot about color scheme. We got this color scheme designer website that we're going to be using. We're identifying a color related to the clothing that the teacher is wearing and using that to create our background, right? So here we have Mr. Brown. He's got this light sort of sky blue, North Carolina blue, and we're able to create the background using complementary colors. Likewise for Mr. Sprinkle, and you're going to notice if you look at this, right, I created a gradient from the right side of the blue and all the way in the left side at the bottom. So I'm going to talk to you one more time about how this works. I'm going to use the eyedropper tool, and in this case we're just going to use the original traditional green because our assistant principal, Miss White, is wearing black and there's not a whole lot of colors there. That's okay. I'm going to go to the foreground color. I'm going to select the RGB value. I'm going to go to the this website over here, right? Color Scheme Designer, and let's punch in a color, the green from the logo. And it didn't go. Let's do that one more time. All right. There we go. All right. And when we do that, we're going to use Tetrad, and I can see that it pulled up the exact color green. And I can see that it's right there. It's this sort of first box. So I'm going to do print screen. Let's go to Photoshop. You guys are going to paste this in. I'm going to crop it. I'm going to press C, and then I'm going to crop. All right, bam. So now when I'm looking at this, we've got the logo color, but we've also got these other colors that we're going to be using. And I'm going to go to the bottom. And so what I'm going to do is, and this is really important, I'm going to use the eyedropper tool. I'm going to select the one in the lower right hand corner, that sort of light red. And then I'm going to switch the foreground and background, and I'm going to get the dark red. And then I'm going to switch it back one final time. We want light on the top, the lighter color on the top, the darker color on the bottom. Does that make sense? Lighter on the top, darker on the bottom. Let's return to this image. Great. So now we're going to select gradient. And ladies and gentlemen, you are using different gradients. So I know that we've got a number of options. We're going to make sure we've got the foreground background selected. And in the past, what we've used is linear. And we're not going to be using linear for this project. And we know that linear is in a straight line, right? So it looks a little something like that. We are not using that gradient today. Instead, we're going to be using the second one. It's called the radial gradient. It's one right next to linear. And what you're going to do is sort of right smack dab in the center. You're going to grab and you're going to pull out. And when you do that, it's going to create this nice effect. So it's a little bit lighter in the middle and a little bit darker on the outside. And this color is related to the logo itself. So we can see that's illustrated right here, actually not right there, but so what do I know? We know that here we have this great image, except we're going to want to keep it, instead of green to red, we're going to want to keep it the same color category, so light green to dark green in this case, as a radial, not gradient. Likewise, we're going to do radial to radial gradient, light on the inside coming on out. That's a whole lot of strawberries. This looks cool. We're going to use the radial gradient, and this one, so a few things. You always want to have the logo offset, so not like smushed in the corner, but over a little bit, so it's got a little bit of breathing room. And we're not going to be using red, so this is red on red on red. We don't want to do that. The whole reason we're doing the color scheme Tetrad is so we can sort of get opposite colors. I'm really looking forward to seeing your work. If you want to go into this color scheme and then sort of adjust the screen adjust the scheme to lighten things up a little bit, you are more than welcome to do that as well. There's a lot of really fun stuff, but we want contrast, right? So here there's not a lot of contrast. It's red on red on red. You want to do nice colors. Finally, once you've got that set up, what you're going to do is make sure that their names are featured prominently. So here I can see it says Mr. Brown and then social studies. And what I see here, please pay attention, it's sort of tan on blue and then blue on tan. Likewise with Mr. Sprinkle, the colors selected from the website, we have green on white and white on green. You're going to use the the marquee tool underneath their name and identify what it is they teach or their role in the school. So maybe it's the assistant principal, maybe it's the secretary, maybe it's a math teacher. So you're going to want to make sure you specify. And then once you do that, you can start putting in images sort of layered in the side. We're going to be using lots of magnetic lassos, some good selections, and be sure to include their college visual somewhere in there. So you're going to Google their college logo. So if we're going to, let's see, Hamilton College, you're going to Google that logo. SUNY Binghamton, you're going to Google the logo. Likewise for Barnard and Sacred Heart University. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I look forward to seeing your work. Send it in as a PSD. Upload it to Google Classroom. Please upload your draft to Google Classroom. Don't turn it in. That way I can review it tomorrow night.